Meet Tom. Tom is a first-year student who came to Nipissing University directly from high school this September. A proud Laker, Tom is finding the training schedule and travel commitments of varsity athletics to be much more demanding than his high school experience. He's also finding his courses significantly more difficult than they were in high school, and he's having a hard time staying caught up with his assignments, but he's reluctant to ask for help because he's afraid of appearing weak or incapable. This is Jamie. Jamie is a third-year student who has worked hard to achieve a high level of academic success during her time at Nipissing, but she's starting to think about life after graduation. Uncertain about her future plans, Jamie would like to gain more experience outside of the classroom. Unfortunately, time is Jamie's most limited resource, as she's in a very demanding program, and she's among the increasing number of students who have to work throughout the academic year in order to afford her education. Finally, meet Laura. Laura is among the 286 students who began the year with an overall GPA under 65. After her first year, Laura was asked to withdraw from the university due to poor academic performance, and she took a few years off to work and reflect. While she's now taking a reduced course load on academic probation, she still knows she needs to develop more effective academic skills and confidence in order to avoid repeating past mistakes. What do these three students have in common besides their great choice in institutions? They all found the support they needed to be successful in the Department of Student Learning and Transitions. My name is Leanne, and I am the Student Learning Coordinator for Peer Education and Retention Programs. I coordinate peer-to-peer education programs such as peer tutoring, the Academic Skills Drop-In Center, as well as the Academic Success Program and Athlete Academic Success Program. The primary functions of these programs are to foster a successful transition to the university environment, encourage students' engagement with academics, and promote timely degree completion. Though he's not usually one to ask for help, Tom was among the 181 student athletes who participated in the Athlete Academic Success Program at the request of his coaching staff. Because he had to meet with us anyway, and because we asked, Tom began to open up about the challenges he was facing with time management under the extraordinary demand of varsity athletics. With the help of a peer educator, Tom learned some new strategies and set a few personal and academic goals to get himself organized and back on track. His were among the 814 goals set by students in the Academic Success Program this year. Tom agreed to accomplish his goals within a month, knowing that he would be held accountable to that agreement at his next follow-up meeting. Because Tom was also struggling with a specific course, with encouragement, he joined the 170 other students who sought the support of a peer tutor this year. Remember Jamie? Because of her prior success in the course, the instructor recommended Jamie for a peer tutoring position when I asked about support for Tom. Like the other 44 students who were employed as peer tutors this year, Jamie was thrilled about the opportunity to help another student and earn a little extra cash in a very flexible role that works around her busy schedule. Like 88% of her peer educator colleagues, Jamie reported that she was able to develop transferable skills that relate to her future and career goals during her time as a peer tutor. Tom also benefited from the help of a fellow student who could relate to his experience and share strategies that had worked for her. Tom was among the 88% of tutees who were satisfied or very satisfied with the tutorial services they received. 82% of student athletes like Tom who participated in the Athlete Academic Success Program this year raised their overall GPA by an average of 2 percentage points. More than 3/4 of the student athletes we worked with this year achieved an overall GPA over 70%. Almost a quarter earned over 80%. While all of the student athletes in our program who were considered at risk improved their overall GPA this year by an average of 4 percentage points, less than half of those students were successful in bringing their GPA up over 65%. Goals for the program next year will be to focus our efforts more heavily on those at-risk students and new students like Tom, and to serve as more of a voluntary resource for the majority of student athletes who are already successful and persistent in academics. Laura signed up for the Academic Success Program when she noticed she was falling behind in some of her courses. Like many other students, Laura noted that she often started her assignments at the last minute. When I first met with Laura, she was obviously sleep-deprived and stressed out due to this cycle of procrastination. After attending one of the 37 student success workshops offered this year, Laura learned to create a plan that would allow her to take full advantage of reading week to get caught up on both her sleep and her assignments. Carrying forward this strategy for planning her study time in advance for the rest of the term, Laura saw the effect of starting her assignments earlier on her state of mind and her performance. Because she was starting her assignments well in advance of the due date, Laura had time to ask for help when she ran into trouble. Like 109 other students did this year, Laura asked for help in the Academic Skills Drop-In Center, where she learned to use new strategies and resources to perform better on written assignments. Only 18 of Nipissing's 286 at-risk students like Laura were actively involved in the Academic Success Program this year. All of those students improved on their previous year's performance by an average of 8.5 percentage points. Laura, who had a 53% average in her first year, earned herself a 71% in the 2015-16 academic year, along with the confidence to persist into another year of studies. The primary focus for the Academic Success Program for next year will be to increase outreach efforts so that more of our at-risk students can access this support. Like the 3 students we heard about today, there were over 300 unique participants in peer education and retention programs such as peer tutoring, the Academic Success Program, the Athlete Academic Success Program, and the Academic Skills Drop-In Center. Participants received support, resources, and referrals intended to help them persist in their studies, achieve their goals, and feel like they belong at Nipissing U.